Okay guys, so I'm just gonna be reviewing like wild dates or crazy dates. My dog is in the background. If ever he gets really rowdy, I will just edit him out, I guess. But let's get started. I haven't read this one yet. I'm gonna read it now. So about a month ago, I went out with a guy who I thought was cool since we had martial arts in common. On the second date, things started to get weird because he kept pretending to punch and kick me in the face. It got annoying fast. Then he kept grabbing my hands and cracking each and every knuckle in my finger. I told him to stop and that it was apparently a deal breaker that I didn't know I had. We had to stop by my house to get a package off my porch, and while we were there, he told me my dog stunk and sprayed him with Febreze. Needless to say, no third date. So, So I went to lunch with a guy, which was the third time we'd gone out. Up until this point, there weren't really any red flags. After lunch, he was driving me home and I was applying chapstick. The chapstick was supposed to be pink lemonade flavor, but for some reason it smelled and tasted like marijuana, despite not having any THC in it. I mentioned it to bring up the conversation of whether or not he smoked. He said no, and then delved into this 2-hour-long story about how the last time he smoked weed, he had a threesome with his ex-wife and another woman, and the other woman's anatomy freaked him out. Was telling me in graphic detail everything that they did and everything about their bodies. Instead of stopping it there, after I told him that that was more information than I wanted, he then told me the entire story of why he divorced his wife. They had all kinds of threesomes, kinky sex, and even ran an OnlyFans account together. Apparently, she started cheating on him with all of these guys she met on OnlyFans, and he ended up fighting one of them because she lied and said he was stalking her when they were actually dating. Okay, so we can just start from the top. So, okay, pink lemonade chapstick sounds really nice, actually, on the lips, but I don't think I would ever divulge that much information, even if this was like the third date. That is wild. Good that it brought up the marijuana or weed question. I think that's great, but oh my gosh, that is like a lot of information to bring up on a third date. Suffice to say, I don't believe I would see him again either. Next story. So my date peed his pants. I'm sorry. Okay, my date peed his pants. A grown man peed his pants on our second date because he spent the whole time talking himself out of excusing himself to the restroom for fear of being rude, as if we don't all use the restroom several times a day. Eventually it was too much and he peed himself and then argued with me the next day when I said I didn't want to see him again. Wild. Okay, so that's pretty crazy for like an adult just to not go to the bathroom when they have to. But yeah, I would not argue with someone if I peed my pants. If they didn't want to see me again, I would take the L and just let it be. I think I'd be really, really embarrassed and I wouldn't want to see that person again. Anyways. Okay, next one. So he asked if I wanted to go back to his house. Got there, he asked me to paint his kitchen cabinets and I laughed. That is wild. This guy dating, thinking he can get like free labor from his date. That is hilarious. Okay, so I guess the question I'm asking myself is like, would I, in that position, do it? I would most likely paint the cabinets. I just know myself and I would most likely paint the cabinets. And I'd probably put my input on what colors it should be and how he should repaint other things. That is most likely what I would do in that situation. Although I understand why that would be a deal breaker. Okay guys, so those are the only dates I'm going to review for today. I'm gonna take a look at more crazy ones because they are funny. For the dates, tell me if what you guys would do in that situation. Would you do what I would do? Would you do what the person in the date would do? Let me know.